Blog Talk Radio. You were tuned into another episode of Endie Fiya right here with your girl, Nakia. Guys, let me tell you what I've been doing today other than homework and all that stuff. Look, I got to be on my best behavior tonight. I got a very important guest with me this evening, so that means I got to watch my mouth. My mouth got to be, filtered this evening, all right? Can't be cursing and shit, all right? So I've been brainstorming this evening and today, all right? And you know how we have New Music Mondays and we have Lit Tuesdays, and our Saturdays are supposed to be He Said, She Said. And Thursdays have just always been like, Endie Fiya, because that was the original night for Endie Fiya. So I'm thinking in the new year, like Thursdays needs to be something, all right? So this is what I've been thinking Thursdays needs to be. How about Thirsty Thursdays? Y'all like that? Let me tell you why, okay? Because Thursday show needs to have only men on it, all right? Like, our guest just needs to be men, and it needs to be Thirsty Thursdays, and it needs to start tonight. Instead of the new year, it needs to start tonight, because my guest tonight is hot. Y'all, he's hot. He's sexy as hell, all right? So Thirsty Thursdays, and it starts tonight. What y'all think? Y'all think that sounds good? And never mind, because my guest next week is a female, and that's not gonna work. Because I don't like females. So I'm gonna have to go back and brainstorm. I told you I was gonna be in my best behavior, and I told you all need to be listening tonight because you'll need to see if we mesh, if our voices sound good together. Because he has a show on Facebook that he does, and he's gonna talk about his show. But I need a co-host for Saturdays, and I'm starting to fill people out, for that Saturday spot because I need to get He Said, She Said going again because, I'm so behind on, like, all of the information that I need to be giving you guys, like I feel so lost and left out in the world of hip-hop and entertainment. Speaking of which, let me give you the new music. Like, this just dropped like an hour ago, instead of me waiting until Monday to give you all the new music. Let me let you know what's going on. Let's say Billie Eilish just dropped Everything I Wanted. These are singles, all right? Billie Eilish, Everything I Wanted. Camila Cabello just dropped Living Proof. Let's see, who else we got that you guys might listen to? Dram got Litmus. That sounds like it might be some Christmas music, maybe. You think? I don't know. Let's see, who else? Let me see. Hitmaker featuring Young M.A., Dreezy, Mulata, Dream Doll, and Chinese Kitty. They got Dotbox. I don't think I want to listen to that. Sounds like it might itch or something, Let's see, who else? Kaylani has You Know What's Up. Did we ever figure out what was going on with her and her man? Like, did he cheat or did he not cheat? Y'all let me know. I don't really keep up because I don't have this show no more. Y'all let me know. All right, let me see. Khalid has Up All Night. Let's see. What else? Sean Paul? Ooh, Chronicles. Might have to listen to that. Let me see. Trippie Redd featuring the baby with Dev. Y'all know I love me some Trippie Redd, right? With his funny looking self. Tyga has I Macarena. Tyga? Yeah, okay, all right. Whipped Cream and Lil Xan has Told You. Okay. a lot of new music, And Celine Dion, who we figured out was not deceased, new EP entitled Courage. And tomorrow, it's already been, it's already been, it's on Spotify. They drop little bits and pieces. I'm not going to even tell you, but Tory Lanez, highly anticipated. A lot of hot artists. I heard it. I'm loving it. Tory Lanez. That's all I'm gonna say. Lizzo, Cause I Love You, Super Deluxe EP. Y'all seen Lizzo? The cover of British. Is it British Vogue? I don't know. I shared it. It's British somebody. British Elle, British Vogue, British. She got on all black for the holiday edition. Yeah, okay. She looked nice though. That's cute. I like it. I like Lizzo. I ain't like her post up against Dave East though, but I like Lizzo. I do. I like Lizzo. Did y'all tune in on Tuesday, the 12th? Y'all missed that episode. It was fire. We debuted 2 hot new tracks from Chicago, FemC, Rajan. Yes, I got her name right. Swagger Jacka and Sugar. I can't believe she wrote those tracks like 5-6 years ago, and they just dropped on Tuesday, and we had the opportunity to debut both of those right here on Tuesdays on Endie Fiya. Yo, if you haven't had the opportunity to listen to those, make sure you do. They're on all digital platforms. Again, Sugar and Swagger Jacka. That's Chicago, FemC, Rajan. And then on Monday, on New Music Mondays, we had that fire mix. We had a little bit of country, a little bit of rock, a little bit of pop, a little bit of R&B, a little bit of hip-hop. Yeah, November's crazy, guys. The submissions that we have, we accept all genres. We don't turn nobody around. So, crazy. 7-year-old hip-hop artist, Melody Starr, with On Go. Can't wait to have her on the show next month out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Yes, just as cute as she want to be, but she's a beast on the mic. Yeah, so make sure you tune in. I think it's December 17th. She'll be here live on Endie Fiya on another Too Late Tuesdays. Who else do we have? Q Nova out of Atlanta with her new single, Rockstar. She was in the mix. And then Cryptic, yes, our boy out of the UK with Hack. He was also in rotation. So make sure that you're tuning in to New Music Mondays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Endie Fiya. If you want to get your music in rotation, submit to Monica at at Endie Fiya, at info at indiefiya.radio.com, subject line, New Music Mondays submission. Yo, my tongue is all tied because I'm looking at this picture of my guest tonight. Whew, bruh, I'm trying to tell you, guys, I'm on my best behavior, though. I ain't trying to push up on him. Yo, you know what? I've been good. Ever since I haven't had a co-host, I've been really good. Y'all notice that? It's the men. They do it to me. They pull out the beast in me. I've been good. I'm gonna be good tonight. I promise. I'm gonna be good. I promise. I want to drop this last date on you. December 28th. Make sure that you clear your calendars. Put it on your calendars now. Clear your schedules. December 28th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Blog Talk Radio Network, the 2nd annual Endie Fiya Radio. What's the next word? Radio Awards Show. There we go. Yes. Nominations will go out next week. We're not doing any work this year. We just tallied up all the nominations. We're going to put them out so that you guys can vote yourselves this year. We had the guests on the show, but we're going to make it so that all of the fans and supporters can actually vote for their favorite in each respective category. We did add new categories this year since we had so many entrepreneurs and so many in the literary community this year. So we're going to allow, again, the fans and supporters to be able to make that possible this year. Those nominations will go out next week. Again, the 2nd annual Endie Fiya Radio Awards show will be December 28th. That's a Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Blog Talk Radio Network. I'm so excited because typically one particular category, we we chose that category last year because it's the what is it called? The biggest fan base. I think biggest fan base. That's it. Yeah, the biggest fan base category. It's chosen. Your listeners determine. We watch our numbers weekly. We watch our numbers and our insights. We watch those weekly, and so the interview that has, or the episode that has the highest, listens, downloads, streams, that's the winner, right? That's the easy one. Well, typically you would think the person who in January, from January to December, that person would be the winner, right? Man, we had somebody on the show last Tuesday who's in third place right now, all right? Her fan base is ridiculous. And when I told her, I was like, yo, you're in fourth place. Your show's only been syndicated for a week, and you're in fourth place. That was yesterday when I told her. She's in third place now. So when we put the nominations out next week, it'll give everybody the opportunity, to, of course, increase your numbers, increase your streams, increase your downloads, increase your airplay for your episode. That's the easy category right there. All right, sit back, caller. We ain't even got started talking to Mr. Fine yet. We ain't even got started. All right, so again, December 28th, Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you put it on your calendar now. The second annual Endie Fiya Radio Awards show right here on the Blog Talk Radio Network. All right. My guest this evening is C.Lamont Williams of Sez Zion Jazz Band. Right, the band was formed in 2001 out of Bridgeport, Connecticut. The band consists of a quartet of great musicians from all walks of life. Each member has their own unique style of play that has become a great asset to the band. Their expertise has catapulted the band to create a very sought-after sound and to becoming well-known on the East Coast. All compositions are original materials written by Sez Zion Jazz Band members. C.Lamont Williams is on keys, Moncure Williams is on bass, Kenny Blackwell is on guitar, and James Jones is on drums. So fusion and smooth jazz are the main forte of Sez Zion. They have no problem remaking a classic into their own unique style of play. Each and every composition is made personal through each member of Sez Zion's members' passion, character, and life experiences. Their music is created to fit the lives of people of all ages and all walks of life. Lamont's smooth piano sounds, Moncure's heavy bass lines, Kenny's silky guitar chords, accompanied by James' rhythmic beats. Sez Zion's brands of jazz has spread like wildfire. In high demand by many, Sez Zion is on the rise in smooth jazz field. The band has played on numerous stages throughout the years. Sez Zion is continuing to make a great name for themselves locally and beyond, and will only keep moving forward. Endie Fiya listening audience, I present to you this evening my very special guest, musical composer, producer, and keyboardist, C.Lamont Williams.
That's my audience, huh?
Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. How you doing? How are you?
I am well. Let me first thank you for joining me this evening. You could have been anywhere, but you have taken the time to give so freely of yourself. So thank you for being here with me this evening.
I appreciate it. I know how you are, you know what I'm saying? And you just being yourself, of course. And I know how that could be. People, I know her. She's a great person, and I appreciate this opportunity, honestly. Really, you don't know how much I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I'm sorry. Let me back up really quickly. You said you know how I am, like you really know how I am.
Like, you know what I'm saying? In this world of social media and pushing Endie Fiya, and I've listened to your show. I enjoy your show. You're just a great person. You're just an all-around wonderful person, is what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know that.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, I know. Y'all hear that voice? I'm behaving. I'm behaving. So So I want to jump right. I want to jump right into this. Your bio, this bio so eloquently describes this phenomenal jazz band. But I want to talk about very briefly the man behind this band. Who is C.Lamont Williams?
Oh wow. That's
What is your musical background?
Well, my musical background is really deep. Music for me has been something that's been in my family for some time, and started with my mom and dad, and then my brother, of course, that's actually in the band of Sez Zion Jazz Band. But it really started for me when I was a young boy, and I'm serious. I'm talking about 2-3 years old. You know, banging on boxes and get your mom's pot and pans, and didn't have no sticks and drums, or using spoons and forks, and sometimes a little old. I'm sure you remember those old wire coat hangers that we used to have, you know, and using those to kind of just play drums on. It started off as a drummer, of course. So, you know, it goes deep. It goes deep, much more deep than music itself. And I've always found that music has always been my own personal interpretation, which is one of the reasons why I just stuck with it. I'm like, oh, this is definitely something that feels good. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I was down or didn't, you know, growing up, I've always resorted to music. So that always worked for me. So that was pretty cool about that. As for who I am, that's a packed question. Who C.Lamont Williams is. I am a nurturer. I'm a firm believer in we all finding something in life, you know, that will allow you to just be yourself. You know, if it's not music, whatever it is, I believe that we all are nurturers, and I believe that that's what I am mainly. I'm a nurturer, believing helping people to become the best that they are. You know, because somebody had to invest in me in that same thing. And, you know, it was my mom, it was my dad, it was my brothers. To say that you can be whatever you want to be when you grow up. You don't have to worry about trying to be like somebody else because, you know, I found to be that I'm very unique in who I am and the person that I've become, you know, and so that question is a packed question with so much, you know, but I'll keep it on the surface of who I am when it comes to just being a nurturer and trying to have people and help people to believe in themselves like somebody believed in me for me to become the person that I am. And I'm just, you know, just grateful for that, for many people just being able to pour into me. I come from a very big family, you know. There's 10 of us. So you imagine 10 people in a house living in the projects, you know. Was a room for a lot of stuff, but, you know, we definitely made room, and we loved on each other. And my mom was that one that nurtured us to become who we are and who I am today. So, yeah, definitely.
Gosh, I come from a family of one, just me.
Oh, you spoiled.
As hell. And I'm glad you kept that question short. You know, I know that could be a packed question because I only got an hour, so you know I don't have time for you to go into deep details. You know what I'm saying? I don't got that kind of time. I understand that you play many instruments, not just keyboards.
Right.
Care to elaborate on that?
Well, yeah, I am. Like you said, I play drums. You know, I play keys, keyboard. I play saxophone. I play trumpet. I play guitar. I play bass. I play trombone. You know, I play a triangle if it's time for a brother to eat. You know what I'm saying? I could play the triangle too. So, you know, I'm greedy. So you ever seen a person that could, you know, turn on, hit the triangle, and then sitting at the table with the triangle trying to get. But yeah, those are the instruments that I played straight out of high school. You know, being able to play those instruments up, and you know, and like I said, coming from the projects in Bridgeport, you know what I'm saying. There were so many things in life that ways I could have went. You know what I mean? I just selling drugs. I've done that. I did this. I did that, and I found out that those results really wasn't going to allow me to be who I am today. You know, and so it was always something that they had in the city for us to be able to not just be able to play one, but you were able to venture out on all those different instruments. And I just kind of stuck with it to be able to not just play one, but I wanted it to be something that I'm very diverse in and being able to play them all. And I'm grateful for that, you know.
Are you classically trained on any of these instruments?
Mainly the piano. Majority of all of them, some of them, you know, I haven't picked up in a while, you know, but yeah, I mean, mainly piano, and that's pretty much it right now. The foundation of what I do, because I figure out that you notice how the keys are black and white. You know what I'm saying? If you notice those keys being black and white, for me, you know, those black and white keys resembles, you know, the ebony and ivory of life. You know, you put those two colors together, you get gray. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes in life, you'll have those gray parts in your life. You'll have gray days. So, but life is about seeing things in black and white. You know what I'm saying? Not really seeing color, but, you know, really seeing that sometimes life is black and white. So I've mastered piano only because of the fact that, hey, my mom used to always tell me, you know, if you practice on the keyboard, you don't got to worry about the black and whites out there beating you, because you can beat on these black and whites in the house. And I said, but like, Mom, you ain't got to tell a brother twice. You know what I'm saying? So I beat on these black and whites in the house. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that's just how it is, you know?
I like that. Well, I beat on black and white too, but laptop keyboard, you know.
Say what?
I beat on black and white too, but it's a laptop keyboard, you know.
Oh, okay. See, you got skills.
All day.
You got skills.
You know? Yeah, I got skills, yeah. Yeah, you know. So what's an average day like for you?
Oh, wow. You got some really great questions. I'm going to tell you right now. You got a brother.
I know that.
You got a brother sight, you know, because
you wanted me to give you my questions in advance, right? You wanted, and I could have gave you my questions in advance, but they would have been like this. They would have been like, "What's your favorite candy bar? You like Kit Kat or you like Snickers? You know, what's your favorite time of day? You like it in the nighttime or you like it in yeah, those are my questions for you, right? So
I mean, they're amazing. Your questions, they're amazing because of the fact that allows me to be able to you know, really think, you know, boom, because I'm living it right now. One day with me is, or one day for me is, it ends where it begins. You know what I'm saying? I'll always end my day in my studio 3-4 o'clock in the morning, which is the beginning of a new day. You know, and then from that, I try to make sure I'm a father to my kids and make sure I do all the things I can do for them. You know, and on top of that, then it goes from that to helping people that send me music and send me tracks, to helping them get their music done and get their stuff done, where I have people that actually hire me to do music for them. And what that basically means is they'll come in or they'll send me a track of them singing, and I'll do the music and I'll send it to them. And, you know, then they give me my money. Don't play with my money, you know, because, you know, I need my money, you know, and then when I finish my product, I make sure they get their music and they give me the other portion of the money, you know. And then from that, from there, then, hey, then I'm a man that believes in faith in God. I believe that if I can get out there and I can work in this corporate world for anybody else, I know I can go to the church and I can give God 2-3 hours. You feel me? It's not anything that I try to take from somebody that has given me the gift. You know, then I find myself making sure I can go to my church home and help them out with the music, you know what I'm saying? I make sure that I'm present in that. So a day with me is all about music. And, you know, they say when you love what you do, it's never work. So this has never really worked for me. So, but I do want to say that the clause is this, that a lot of people don't understand, is that a musician's life is a 24-hour, 365, 7-day a week. We eat, sleep this, we do this all the time. So right now I'm talking to you, I'm sitting here thinking about music. Real talk.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your creative process? Well, you know what? I'm gonna throw that. For those of you who have been, you know, rocking with me from day one, you know, 5 years ago, you've always heard me talk about my relationships and how hard it is to deal with relationships with a musician. And if you're not willing to give, the time and the effort to be with a musician, then it's not worth being in that type of relationship. Y'all know how it was with me and Franz, and it was horrible because I wasn't willing to give that time and effort. So men and ladies, what he just said, that 365 24/7. Oh my gosh, it is. That's why I had to laugh when he said that, because woo, yeah.
It's true though, you know what I mean? It's true. You want
true.
people, right? You want people to be able to appreciate what you do. You know what I'm saying? But then again, it's always the other side of it is that, if it's something that I do all day and every day, guess what? That compensation is not just for me. You know what I mean? That compensation is for all of us. It works for all of us. You benefit from it like I benefit from it. And that's just how it is. That's how it should be. That we should be able to do anything that we do. And people, it just not be just for me. It should be for everybody. That means something to you, and that's what it's about for me.
Exactly. Me, on the other hand, y'all, I don't have that type of patience. That's why I stay single. Whew. But what's your creative process? Your creative writing process?
The creative writing process for me is, first of all, for me, it depends on where my mindset is. It starts, believe it or not, really for me, it starts with my mindset. You know what I mean? Because sometimes in my creative mind, or sometimes I'm thinking about something, sometimes it don't always work out the way I expected. You as an artist yourself, and as a person that deals with the radio stuff, you find how hard it is sometimes that you run into those blocks. Sometimes you don't really where your next show is going to be about. You don't really know how you're going to, sometimes it's within minutes. But for me, my creative starts with basically where my mindset is. Where am I at in my mind? How can I do this and how can I do that? So the process for me is always starting about how I feel, because some people say, oh, you write songs, you go, you hear everybody say that. I just think about everything I'm going through in life and all this stuff. I don't believe all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I don't believe that, because some of us try to use that as some type of epiphany. Like, this is what I've always been doing, And you corny with a K. That's corny, And I try not to do that. But I try to say it starts with the mind, because sometimes how you feel, you allow it to be a part of your mind. And for me, that's where it starts. My creative writing starts within my mind. I mean, I get a melody in my head, and sometimes I'm mad or something, and I've found a way to just be able to transfer that music of my being upset or being into something creative for me. It's always been that way. And I always think about what my mom said, you always think about what you want to do before you do it. And if you think about it before you do it, it's always going to be something. It may take some work, but that creative part for me that's where it starts. And then I try to find those ways to do it. You know what I'm saying? And then it comes out. It just comes out to where, hey, I look at the finished product of what I do, and I'm like, oh, I like that, or I don't like that. But, that's the great thing about creativity. You can always go back and change it. You know what I'm saying? You can add a little bit here. You could take this. You could do that. You could do that. So that's what I love about creativity, And for me, I'm always looking to change up things, you know what I'm saying, and be different and do something different. And it's worked. It worked out for a brother for a little bit, and it still is.
How do you stay focused and not get distracted?
Well, you know what? I'm not going to sit there and say that I stay focused. I'll be lying to say, well, I'm always focused. Life has distractions, and the distractions that life brings sometimes will pull you away from staying focused. But what happens for me is that when I realize this is what I've been doing for a while, when I realize that this is how I make my living, how I make my life, you always seem to find a way to go back to those things that helped you out, that it helped you over. So sometimes I will admit, when I know I should be looking straight ahead, I'm looking to the left, I'm looking to the right, my focus is not there. But what seems to happen is that because my focus may be a little off, because it's in my heart, because it's a part of who I am, because I breathe this. I walk this, I talk this, all of that, because I do all of that. That focus comes back into focus because it's what's a part of my heart, and that I'm able to move forward to the next part of what I need to do, move to the next level of how I want things to happen for me. And that's how it is. So I can admit, I'm not always focused. And then when I am focused, then I tell you real quick, my brothers think I'm an anal. They he is the most anal person in the world. But I'm particular about music because of the fact that I think that music is about about perfection. I believe that music should always be something beautiful to the eyes and the ears of people. So I'm only, and that's another sign of my focus, is that fact that I want to make sure that people understand that when you do what you do, you give your best. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want nobody just giving me half of what they got if I know that they can give their best because they're not focused.
Right.
That's it for me. Yeah.
All right, since you said all that, I'm gonna stay at the DMs because I need to make sure you stay focused when you be creating. So I'm gonna stay at the DMs. Oh. Speaking of focus. Yes, focus. Speaking of this perfect music, I want to jump into my favorite track. One of them, because I got like 4, 5, 6, 7. But this has to be my second favorite. No, this is probably my first. Yeah, probably first. This is "Presence of Love" by Sez Zion Jazz Band.
Oh yeah.
now what's good? It's your girl, Jana Blackwell, C-Town Records, Mistress of Soul. And you're on the air with the hottest independent station, Endie Fiya, with your host, Nakia, giving you that heat right here on the station, bringing you all of the hottest hip-hop hits, Endie Fiya.
If you're just tuning in, you're live right here on Endie Fiya with your girl, Nakia. Thank you, Jana, C-Town Records, Mistress of Soul. Yo, y'all make sure y'all check out Jana. She's, this week, she's Spotify's R&B playlist, super soul something. Yo, she doing big things. She made the BET Hip Hop Awards intro music, and because of that, she's doing some crazy, crazy things. But if you're just tuning in, you're live right here again on Endie Fiya with Nakia and my special guest, C.Lamont Williams of Sez Zion Jazz Band out of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Yo, that was I'm all tongue-tied right now. Stop playing with me, man. That was Presence of Love, Sez Zion Jazz Band. That was one of my favorite tracks by the band. I have so many. It was very hard to choose. And because, when you deal with jazz, you're not dealing with like 2 and 3 minute tracks. You're dealing with like 17-minute instrumentals. So it's very hard for me to choose which ones to play. So please make sure you check them out on, iTunes, Spotify. Make sure that you check them out. I want to play In the Right Direction. That's their latest track. But I do want to talk about the band. Tell me about your favorite part of performing. I know that you guys have performed, up and down the East Coast. What's your favorite part of performance?
You know what? You just really. I want to say real quick too. Presence of Love is just hot. It's dope. I love that song. I'm telling you, that song. My brothers, they really put their foot on that one. But I will make a correction. Kenny Blackwell didn't play on that track. He's been with us for the past 4 or 5 years. We had another guy named Doug Bostic that played the guitar on that when we actually finished that CD. So, but Kenny's now the guitar player, and he plays it just as great. So I just wanted to put that little plug in there too, because my boys are, they definitely listening. But for the band, I love the creativity that we have when we play. I'm telling you, and how we were just talking about creative writing, that's when we're doing our best. That's when we do our best. When we're up on stage, that's what I love when we do live, when we play live. I'm telling you, it's amazing. They call me Smiley because I'm always smiling. Music does that.
Always.
I'm telling you, I mean, I can have 2 teeth in my mouth, it won't make a difference. Brother got to smile. You know what I'm saying? It won't make a difference because that's what it does to me. But what I love about live playing is the fact that, we always give people a little bit more than what's on the CD. People, they like, oh, the CD's nice, but for people to actually see you in full action, that's the amazing part. You know what I mean? It just, people are like, wow, is that on the CD? It's like, yeah, that's on the CD, but it's a little compact. This is a live version. So the creativity in all of them, Kenny, my James, my brother Monty, I mean, these guys, they put their best foot forward. And I'm telling you, these guys are amazing. They're amazing musicians.
Do you ever get performance anxiety?
Do I ever get? No, I don't.
On stage?
Well, yeah. Well, you know what? I don't, because of the fact that, I kind of feel like I was built for this. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the minute that I walk on stage, I just feel like, you know what? Because I want that to be something that people can see that you have control over. I mean, people have anxiety for a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my God, I don't have this, I don't have that. But for me, because it's such a love, I don't want that room, and I don't want to give that room for anything to say, oh, what if you mess up? What if you make a mistake? What if you forget the chords? What if you get that? And I tell these guys that all the time, that, we're doing this and how we're doing it. Just go on and give your best. I was always taught that there is no wrong note in music, in jazz. There is no wrong note, because it's a part of who you are. So the anxiety part, For me, I don't allow that to happen. I'm not going to allow that to happen to me. And I think about it. And I think about it because I get excited about it. I get excited about, knowing that I'm about to give of myself for people, to people to hear and see who I am as a musician. And there's no room for anxiety. I want them to see the best from the time we hit the stage, from the time I hit the stage.
Can you pinpoint a performance or an opportunity that boosted your career?
It started for me that kind of boosted our career for Sez Zion Jazz Band. It really started, believe it or not, it started in the churches where people were like, look, you guys are good. You should be doing this more often. And I was like, okay. And it all started about, the band has been in existence now going on 22 years. And we're just now starting to get the notoriety and starting to get the opportunity to be heard by many people. So we've been at this for a while. So the career of the Sez Zion Jazz Band is continuously being boosted. I think the only downfall to that is that people are kind of leery when it comes to jazz. When they think of jazz, they always think of people walking around with zoot suits and top hats and long chains.
Right.
Like they in the Malcolm X movie with processed hair. Walk around. And we're on a different level now. Music has just transcended to a different place now, and that's where we are. So it started with the church. Believe it or not, it started right in church. And you hear a lot of people say that, it started in church, and they turn around, lead the church, and they go do this. I try to make sure I could keep myself centered. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that, listen, he gave me the gift, give it back to him. But here was the other part of that too. My good friend is that the church told us this is what we need to do, and then when we wasn't doing it in the church, then it was wrong. You know what I'm saying? But when it was time to pay them tithes and offering, go back out there and do it again. I want to do
Right.
But that's, what I'm saying? So, there is always that flip side to how things happen and how you do things. You know what I mean? The negatives and the pros and cons of what we do. And that boost was definitely from the church.
So I know that the band has a show this Saturday. Can
Yes.
you tell my listening audience about the show?
Now check this out. This is amazing. I'll say this. Jazz music is great. Any type of live music is great, especially when you have people that love what they do. But this coming Saturday, we're in Waterbury, Connecticut, and it's this restaurant in Waterbury. It's called the Art of Yum, and I'm giving them that plug right now. If you ever want some great food, this place is in Waterbury, Connecticut, downtown Waterbury, Connecticut. I don't know the address, but it's being put on by the place called the Art of Yum, and this young lady named Miss Lena B, who's also a great creative person. She has great creations that she makes. She makes pillows. She makes anything you want. She can make barbecue cornflakes if you ask her to make barbecue. She could probably make barbecue cornflakes. She could sew it into the pillows, whatever you want. But this particular event that she's putting on, that they're putting on, they merged together, is called a live jazz sip and paint. And they're going to have people coming. I mean, this is for the grown and sexy people that want to come out and listen to some nice smooth jazz, sip on some wine, whatever you want to sip on, eat some nice appetizers, then turn around and you can paint on glasses, a nice live jazz sip and paint in Waterbury from 6 to 9. The tickets are $40. And I'm telling you, people are really they really don't know what they're really getting themselves into, because we're really going to have a great time, and we're really trying to push this, and she's really getting her ideas and even her business called Glorious Creations by Lena. She's a great person. The Art of Yum, their food is amazing. I'm talking about amazing. The food is amazing. And, so we're going to be playing there from 6 to 9 on this coming Saturday. And we want people to come out, We want them to look their best, dressed to impress, in casual wear. Don't walk up in there with no wedding gown. You know what I mean? Don't do that because, you're dealing with pain. We tell people all the time. But come up in there with your best to look and impress people and do what the grown and sexy people do. Come and just listen to some music and have fun. And that's what we want to be able to do. And, if you want to buy drinks, you want to buy food, you can do that. But they're offering so much for such a great price for people.
So that is this Saturday, the 16th, at the Art of Yum, 146 Grand Street in Waterbury, Connecticut. You should have had that information. Tickets are still available, $40. Endie Fiya did donate a ticket. Lena B should be giving that ticket away, or she may have already given that ticket away. So congratulations to whomever that winner was.
I don't think
Cyril
she did
also
just yet.
had a little contest. Cyril had a contest going on also. So congratulations to his winner as well. Look, I got a proposition for you. Now, I got a bottle of wine. We can pay on that bottle, and I want a private show. I want a private show.
You want a what?
I want a private show. I got a keyboard. How about you bring your keyboard? I got a saxophone, and I got a bottle of wine.
Man.
I can pay on my bottle of wine, and I want a private show. I got $40. Okay.
You got $40. Oh my God!
I got
I'm
$40.
I am like totally blushing right now. You are.
I said I was gonna behave. I so said I was gonna behave, but you know what? When you said $40, I just was like,
That was the price. Hold on, that's the price to get it.
yeah. All right. So, speaking of Facebook and everything, I know that you have your show that you do on Mondays and Fridays on Facebook called Love on Live.
Yes.
For my listening audience who may not be aware of Love on Live, let them know the premise of the show and what you ultimately hope to accomplish with your bi-weekly segments of Love on Live.
Well, I appreciate you allowing me that to be a part of what we talk about. But I will tell you this, Love Our Life started like 2 years ago on my birthday. And I had people, I got up there, it was like late, 12 o'clock at night. My birthday had just kicked January 2nd. For all of you that want to hook a brother up, remember January 2nd. You know what I'm saying?
They can't be hooking you up when they got to hook me up on January 15th. Don't be up here trying to. Don't do
okay, I got you.
Oh,
but they got to get to my birthday first before they get to Endie Fiya. No, I'm not joking. But yeah, it started on my birthday, and what ended up happening was I was online and people were just telling me, and I just said, something said go live, and I went live, and when I went live, it was crazy. All of these people that I knew, that was like, hey, happy birthday. You know how people do. And it was really, really, it made me feel really good. So what ended up happening was I noticed that everybody was saying happy birthday to me, but nobody was speaking to each other. So I ended up saying, you know what? Hey, do me a favor. Y'all just, tell somebody up here tell somebody up here you don't know that you love them. Because sometimes they were telling me that they love me, and that made me feel good, but somebody that may have been going through something needed to hear somebody tell them that they love them. And that's where it started from. So ever since then, I've had this, because the love that was shown to me on live on my birthday, that's why I got the name Love on Live, because then I began to want people, I wanted people to be able to not just show me love, but I'm telling you, you were one of our guests up on the show, our live guests, to where I look for this to change people's lives, because I say Love on Live, because love can change people's lives. And I believe that just telling somebody that you love them can allow them to be able to know that regardless to what, there's somebody out there that loves me. And it's captured, it's caught on like wildfire for people to just be able to just get up there. And you've been a witness to people, stopping themselves from committing suicide. It helped people that were going through depression. It's helped people that in relationships and family and marriages. And, we just really pinpoint by letting people know that, listen, love comes from God, and
Mm-hmm.
we all have a portion of it. We have a portion of love. It's not your job to keep it for yourself. You got to show Endie Fiya love. You got to show Sez Zion love. You got to be able to
Right.
show people love. We, believe it or not, too, we've had people birth their own things out of it. We have a young lady that birthed her own thing called Rain's Way out of this. We have people that have birthed their own things. Right. She birthed her own thing out of this to help people that are dealing with domestic violence and people that have pushed themselves to the point of saying, listen, because somebody showed me love, I can do this and I can make a change for somebody else because somebody believes and somebody showed me love. I'm appreciative to Endie Fiya, and you are allowing me to do this because guess what? I believe that it's going to continue to change lives. I believe this is what we do. And guess what? It's all connected to what I believe in. My love that I have for people is connected to the love that I have for music. And that's how I try to make sure I can keep it. If I had the biggest arms to hug everybody in the world, I would do that. Real talk.
Awesome. That's amazing. And we've talked about it. It's good to be able to, and I don't want to say put a face with the name because people, if they see, your pictures, of course, through a promo, then they can put the picture, with the face, with the name. And now with Love on Live, they can all connect the dots now. But I've been talking about, Love on Live since you started it back up constantly. And so now people can, again, connect the dots. But that, again, that is something I am grateful that I have been able to what's the correct word? Fall in love with the idea of being able to show love to others and give love to others. And as we talked a couple of weeks ago, guys, when we had Linda Washington on the show, who is a domestic violence survivor and a breast cancer survivor, how she put the song out, and her song was, being able to show people that after going through such a traumatic experience of domestic violence, how she was able to show people that she was able to love again, how she was able to be receiving of love again, how she was able to be able to accept love again. And that ultimately is what it's all about. And it's easy to preach that and teach that, but when you can be receptive of it yourself, that makes
Absolutely.
a world of difference. And Cyril's show was an eye-opener for me. Cyril himself was an eye-opener for me. Just in our talks, in general conversation, he was an eye-opener, for me. So I thank him. And it was just his show, like you said, has done wonders for people. And just to be able to tell someone, you never know what someone is going through on a daily basis. He gave a challenge. He gave a challenge for his followers, his audience, to be able to win T-shirts and pillows, Love on Live paraphernalia. If you just go up to somebody that you don't know, and just tell them that you love them, that's something that you should be doing on a daily basis anyway. You shouldn't have to have a gimmick. You should be able to tell somebody that anyway on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
Because you never know what someone is going through. You never know how those simple words, I love you, that kind gesture of a hug, the smile, you never know how that can just change somebody's day. I encourage you, just like I told Linda, not even knowing that she was a nurse, not even knowing that was something that she did on a daily basis, but you never know just how those gestures can change someone's life. So I encourage you, to do that, because the feeling that when you release that into the atmosphere and it bounces onto somebody else, watch what it does to you. Watch how it turns your life around. You know what I'm saying? Because I wake up on the wrong side of the bed. I wake up on the wrong side of the bed every single day. But when I wake up and can go tell my kids, why you laughing? When I wake up and can go tell my kids that I love them, you know what I'm saying? When I can pull up on my kids' school ground and can greet someone and let them know how much I care for them, you know what I'm saying? When I pull off, I don't leave the same way that I drove on. It does
Wow.
make a world of difference. I'm just telling you from personal experience. It makes a world of difference. It really does. And Cyril, I want to go ahead and open the floor up to you so that you can go ahead and get all of your contact information out for anyone that's listening live, or for anyone who may come back and listen to one of the many playback shows. If they want to contact you, if they want to purchase tickets for this Saturday's events, if they want to get in contact with you for, any tour information, for writing music, I don't know, for whatever reason they want to get in contact with you, except for sliding in your DMs, because that's my job. Now, the floor is now yours to get all your contact information out.
Yeah, well, I want to say that I appreciate it, and for everybody that, I want to say thank you for this opportunity. But they can definitely reach me, C.Lamont Williams. You can just put in my name on Facebook, but you can go to my own personal page, C.Lamont Williams, and you can reach me that way for anything you might need when it comes to music. But then if you would like to have the band, you can go to our website also. We have our own website, www.SezZionJazzBand.com, which is SezZionJazzBand.com. So you can reach us on, all social media contacts. We're on Facebook with www.SezZionJazzBand.com, our personal page, Facebook, Sez Zion Jazz Band, Twitter, Sez Zion Jazz Band, Instagram, Sez Zion Jazz Band. So we have many ways for you to reach out to us so that you can definitely reach us if you would love to have the band, and if you would like to have any personal tracks that I normally do outside of the band, you can definitely just reach me on my own personal page of C.Lamont Williams, where I try to make sure that people understand and know that I give my best when I do what I do when it comes to music, and I look forward to it. This coming Saturday, we're really limited on the tickets. The tickets are going really, really fast. But you can reach out. Her name is Miss Lena B. You can just look it up, MSLENABEE, Miss Lena B, on Facebook, or you can go to Glorious Creations by Lena B, and just try to get a ticket, because it's going to be a great show. And so also, we check out our website. They can please do me a favor, everybody. Just check out the website. Go to our Facebook page. It's a fan page. Just go to Sez Zion Jazz Band fan page on Facebook and just press like, just to let them know that, you've checked out the band. And trust me, I would love to definitely have Sez Zion Jazz Band be a part of anything that they're doing. And to my little brother James on the drums, my man Kenny on the guitar, my brother Monty on bass. These guys are great guys. I love these guys. I can't do this without them. We can't do this without each other. And Sez Zion Jazz Band has definitely been on the move. And these dudes they're amazing, and they love to rock. We argue, we fight, but they know who the boss is, so I don't have that problem.
Oh, my. Thank you again so much for being here with me this evening. It could have been anywhere. Thank you so much to all the callers who called in and were in queue this evening. Sorry that we could not take all of your calls because there were so many of you, and I just wanted this time with just awesome musicians for myself. I know you understand. I do. So again, thank you all. Thank you for my listening audience that continues to rock with us each and every episode. Make sure that you tune in this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be lit up in here because my coquito will arrive on Saturday, so I actually get to experience all the textures and the flavors of this. What flavor I got? Pina Colada Coquito from the founder of Coco Vida Coquito out of the Bronx, New York. Mr. Sean Wilson will be here at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure that you tune in with us on Tuesday. Wait a minute, let's backtrack. Monday, 7 p.m. New Music Mondays. And then on Tuesday at 6:30, what is she? R&B artist, R&B hip-hop artist? Yeah, Diamond the Diva out of the Bronx, New York will be here with me. All right, so if you cannot make them all, please do not miss them all. Until Saturday, 6:30, not 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You all have a good night. Cyril, I'm gonna hit you up in your DM.
Thank. Oh my God.